The next question from the Twitterverse about PhDs comes from two gentlemen. They had a very similar question, so I'm going to pop them together. And the first question was from Sunil. And Sunil asked, why should one undertake studies towards a PhD in a chosen discipline? And the second question from Mick Winter, hi Mick, was what is the most important question someone should ask him or herself before beginning a PhD program? Now guys, absolutely tremendous question. Let's see if I can answer it. So before I think about taking somebody on for PhD supervision, I ask them to do a job, a task, an activity for me. And that is, on a piece of paper, I get them to list the 10 reasons why they are doing a PhD. And I do want 10. I don't want one like, oh, look, my mum would be really impressed, that's great, or it's great because I might get an upgrade at the airport if I have doctor in front of my name. Look guys, great, but you do need 10 reasons why you're doing it. And the reason why I focus on 10 is 1 or 2 ideas or reasons for doing a PhD might pass you by over a 2 or 3 year period. It's important that you have many reasons to do it, so that gives you the motivation, the inspiration, the aspiration to pummel yourself through those difficult times. And I think that's really important. When you go, why the hell am I doing this? Pull out that piece of paper and go, oh yes, now I remember. Those 10 reasons are why I started this, and those 10 reasons sustain me. I think that's incredibly important. There is a mythical story, I wish it was true, I don't know if it is, that Stuart Hall, the great god of cultural studies, was in an interview with a young man about whether or not he would be entered into the Birmingham Centre for Contemporary Cultural Studies. And Stuart Hall asked the young man, so, what are you thinking of doing your PhD on? And the young, quite nervous, sweating man said, Professor Hall, I'll get your advice. What do you think I should do the PhD on? And at that point, Stuart Hall said, you're not ready to do a PhD. And I think I would love it if this story is true, and let's pretend it is, because it is great, and it is a reminder that you really have to have yourself together. You have to know what you're doing and why you're doing it, and you have to have this compulsive need to enter a PhD program, or else you just haven't got enough juice, enough emotion, enough commitment to the process to get you through. So do make sure you are coming to the table when you commence a PhD with your homework done, your intellectual and your emotional homework done, so you know why you are there. And if you haven't got those 10 reasons, I would maybe take a step back for a moment and think if there's something else you should be doing with your time.